What's going on, guys? Lawson here. So I've made a bit of a drive this afternoon and I am up in the east coast of Central Florida and I'm with some good buddies here. Jacob munching away on his salad over there. Got Jonah and Micah. They have already got rods out. They've been fishing for what, you guys, like 30 minutes, an hour?
For about an hour.
We are fishing for pompano. One thing that I feel like has been missing from just my life in general and the channel is community. And I mean that in a sense of like spending time with people and getting out and fishing. I got into a big groove of like, I was always fishing by myself and sometimes it's a little lonely. So today it's about hanging with the boys, trying to catch some pompano. And if we catch some pompano, some legal sized ones, we will be keeping them and doing a bit of a catch and cook. The boys got a sand flea rake right here. So we're gonna see if we can catch them. All right, we're gonna dig a sand flea out of here and tip it on our jig. There's that handsome little devil. Handsome devil. He's maybe like the ugliest creatures on planet Earth. We got a sand flea tip jig. We're gonna launch it out as far as we can, see if we can find something. It is time for a pump. There's a fish. Hey yo, what do we got? Croaker. Actually, a big old whiting. Nice little whiting right there. I actually don't think there's a size limit on him. We could technically keep him for our catch and cook, but we'll just let Buddy go because he's pretty little. Come on, other way, other way, other way, other way, other way. If you looked at that fish and he looked very reminiscent of a redfish, is because they're in the same family. Alrighty, just trying something a little different right here to mix it up. Pompano haven't bit yet, but I just want to catch some fish. So, diamond jig right here, at least that's what me and my dad used to call them growing up, diamond jigs. And we're just gonna sling this sucker. I mean, these things cast a friggin' mile. So we're gonna sling this out as far as we can, rip it out there, and see if we can find a jack or a bluefish on this. Oh, I mean, that thing just casted. Oh, I think it's gonna hit already. Drop the bomb. I got 300 yards of line on this little reel here. How's it going, sand flea man? Not good?
This guy looks beautiful. Oh my God.
Hey yo, we're hooked up. We're hooked up. All right. Looks like it was the right choice switching to the diamond jig here. Not very big, but oh man, I'm happy to be into anything here. That was so far out there. He's not even pulling drag out. I have a very loose drag here, but it's good. I mean, there's fish out here. They do exist. What do we got? What do we got? Little bluefish. Heck yeah. Sweet. That's awesome. He's barely hooked in the bottom lip. Hey, can you chill out? Popped out just like that. Little baby blue, little Taylor chopper. Sinar. All right. All right. I agree. Oh gosh, I just got cranked. We're hooked up again. Micah, you better tie one on, baby. It feels a little better. Still not huge, but I'd imagine it's another little bluefish or a jack or ball. Can't be too big if it's not even pulling out drag on this sucker. Oh, you ready for this tank? Tank. What a monster. All right. We are literally just, I mean, bombing casts. I would reckon throwing 50-yard casts probably with this spoon. And I only have 10-pound braid on here, so it flies off the reel. Oh, what the heck? Micah, double it up, baby. What's that? Double whitings?
I don't know.
Your rig. Double whitings right there. Oh, look at Micah's rig. So tangled, but two little whitings. Hey, we were talking about earlier, we're like, I don't know if we want to leave or not, but the fish are biting. They're not huge, but they're biting. Come on, I would love to hook like just a nice sized bluefish right now on this thing. Oh, there's a fish. That was like 2 cranks into the cast. Come on, one of these turn into something big. This one's already fighting better than any of them, but oh, I just popped it off. Ah! There it is. I'm like jigging so erratically and they're whacking the crap out of it. Oh, a bunch of bait fish jumping out of the waves right there. Come on, baby. Come on in. What do we got? Oh, yeah. Toad City. It is miraculous how strong these things fight, especially in the surf. Ugh. Micah, jig it really erratically, like look at that. Like seriously, I'm like literally like freaking jig it like a madman. That's what they want. I'm like pumping this thing like I'm fishing for amberjack or something, the way I'm flicking this diamond jig around, but that's how they're eating it. It is crazy how good this little thing's working right here. I mean, obviously, I'm not blind to the fact that I'm catching dinky little fish. Oh, look, Micah's got a little blue. Little blue? So all we're doing right now is throwing this little baby diamond jig and literally just yeeting it out as far as we can and just retrieving it either back straight and a few jigs in between, or like really erratically bouncing it up and down like that. It's been working either way. A funny thing, I grew up doing a lot more beach fishing than anything else. It was all bass fishing and beach fishing is all my dad and I did. And we used to fish for pompano a lot, and bluefish, Spanish mackerel. During the summers, we'd fish for snook along the beach. Anything you could do on the beach, you name it. One of the funniest stories about like fishing off the beach I can remember is my dad and I, we were fishing off the beach one time, and he was throwing a diamond jig. And he was using like a 9-foot surf rod and just absolutely throwing bombs so far out there and ripping it. And he had been catching a bunch of bluefish, like 14, 15-inch bluefish. And then all of a sudden he whips one out there and gets hammered, and line is just dumping off his spool. And he's like, oh, I have a monster bluefish on. And he fights the thing for like 5 minutes and gets it up. And he had like a 12-pound bonita this big that he caught in the surf. And that's just one of the cool things though about fishing along the beach, is that literally anything can be there. You know, the other day I went to the beach and I threw up the drone and we're filming, and there's hundreds and hundreds of black-tip sharks everywhere. I've seen sawfish along the beach. I've seen, oh, there, we hooked up right there. I've seen sawfish along the beach, giant bull sharks, giant nurse sharks, you name it. Anything can be found. And that's what's really cool, because there's no barrier. There's nothing stopping something massive from right out there coming right in here to us. And I think that's just one of the really unique things about fishing on a beach that you don't really get fishing in a river. Okay, so we're gonna deal with whatever's on our line right here real quick. We've been catching mainly a little dinky jack, but maybe this will be something good. Bluefish, all right, that's not bad. A little better one too. Oh my gosh, my treble hook broke off. We'll have to get it out. Beautiful little bluefish. This is about the size of the ones I was catching when I was in Australia. Over there they call them tailors though. They're awesome fish, but I mean they can get 10 times this size. They can get pretty massive, man. You pop the treble hook off. We're gonna release Buddy right here. Thank you for coming to play. Tying on a spoon here to probably close out the night. The beautiful crab we had on our setup here got snagged and came off. So we're gonna throw a spoon here and launch this sucker out and see maybe if there's some bigger bluefish or bigger jack cruising around, because we've caught a lot of little blues, a lot of little jack. Maybe they just need something bigger to tempt those big boys into eating. They don't swing out quite as good as the diamond jigs do, but these suckers still fly. I think I'm just wrapped. Oh, there's a fish. It's hard to tell what's going on right here. I can't tell if I have a fish or I'm wrapped on something here. Oh, it's a fish. Okay. That was like so weird. I couldn't tell if I was hooked up or wrapped. and then it felt like it came loose and then came back on. I don't know what's going on here. A lot of little fish around tonight. All right, that's a little bit of a better blue. Probably like 13, 14 inches. It has turned out to be a perfect night. Yeah!
Beat you up. Hello, guy.
Jacob's got his little bluefish.
I knew it was gonna happen too. He's not that pretty anymore.
It's been a good night where everybody's got to get on some fish at least. Everybody's got to catch something, you know? Back home at the house at the moment, editing a few days later, closing out the video right here. So, that day, we didn't catch any giant fish, and we didn't catch a pompano of the target species. Spoiler alert, it's coming soon in the future. But, I will say, this right here was one of my favorite days of fishing I've had in a long time. In the beginning of the video, I said something that's missing from my life is community. And by that, I mean getting with your friends and your family or whatever it is and going out and fishing and getting outside and getting outdoors. And that's something I've been striving to do more often, is not just going outside to fish by myself, which I'll be honest, I love doing it, and I seem to catch the most fish and be most productive when I am fishing by myself. That's just the nature of it. But you can't take away from how great of an experience it is to go out and sit on the beach with your friends for 4 hours and just catch bluefish and whiting and little jack crevalle. Even though we didn't catch anything great, one of my favorite days of fishing I've had in a long time. I have known the Jenkins, Jacob and his brothers, Micah, Jonah, and Caleb. I've known them since I was about 11 years old, and still to this day, 12 years later, we are still friends. I drove up 2 hours to go see them and just get on the beach, spend a few days up there and catch some fish, and it's a great time. My challenge to you guys, get your friends, go get on the beach, go catch some fish. Tag me in your photos and let me know what you guys get on. I appreciate you guys very much. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel down below and hit that little notification bell. That will keep you up to date whenever I post a video. I appreciate the heck out of you guys. Until the next video. See you, man.